Here we go some more. Probably wait till I have a full party before I try doing any fighting.
Speaking of Thistleum, it's populated by Danans, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh? The whole town was built by Danan defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area's teeming with stray Zeugles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah. And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Probably.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation. Simply keep an eye on him.
Right. You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
There's probably scenes where something happens with his eyes. I should probably keep his eyes visible.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah, and now we can finally go rescue Shionne.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegus.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dana. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Danan?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almadria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, and the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegis is true, then maybe you really did meet Shionne. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Shionne said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Shionne I knew from Lenegis. It was Naori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Shionne? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Imeris? As in Shionne Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Sarah.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shionne? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shionne too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shionne's rescue? What do the others think? What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Shionne needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegis, anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting, to strive no matter what.
Then I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But, if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Dahnan, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Dahnan for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I've never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Shionne and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or two ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Shionne, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Shionne were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Shionne must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going.
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shionne or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kind of my forte.
Come on, man, snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shionne.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shionne?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shionne's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me. That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shionne or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shionne. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
Back to the inn, I guess.
Alphen! There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alphen, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
I still need to save for this.
Look sharp, people. If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
That means I'm halfway through the game. I have half.
You can never be
hours.
too prepared. But did we have to spend so much?
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Is it these chickens?
Remember, if the paint's too much,
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! We can't let even a single one through!
There's a firm no-Zuko policy.
Fine by me. Let's get to work then. Eat this! Bet that shell's hiding something tasty.
Double Phoenix Bang! I'm on crush!
He's coming, kid!
You're gonna... It's almost too strong. Be my guest. Be still. Rising Wyvern. I'm not done. I could do without this tank. First strike. Prepare to be defeated. No further.
That's my cue.
Ready and ready.
Shut him down.
You're done. Resonate with the earth. Watch this. All right. First strike. Lightning orb! I'm on! Resonate with the earth!
This one's blood!
Their arcs were interrupted! Guardian Wheel! I'm ready to go now! Heal! I'm ready! Demons descend! Flashing Fang! You're wide open! Elusive deity! Rotating Firefire! It's no time! Thankful Arrow! Look sharp! I'll find you in the sun! Eagle Assault! Lightning Strike! Blood! Piercing Roar! Bloody Howling!
Now!
Eat this! Piercing Roar!
My ass raging cascade!
You're done! Dust to dust! I'll crush you! Lightning Reflexes! Tenebrous Claw! Shine! Eat this! Right! I'm ready!
Zara, frozen!
Hammer!
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, Thistleum kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me, and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Shionne comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Shionne, then we defeat Volron, and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Yeah, can't exactly fight at the top of your game when you're hungry.
Good point. Let's stop by the inn and plan our next move from there.
Let's get these back to familiar locations.
Okay.
Why?
Damn it.
What?
Is that so?
Okay.
Great job.
I'll teach these small fry who's the apex predator of these waters. Just watch and see.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
I guess we're having fish for dinner tonight. By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait, don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find Mahavar. He's still missing.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean? Damn it.
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Do you think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened. Whether he's alive or otherwise, we've exhausted all the avenues available to us. All we can do now is press on ahead.
Fine, let's get going. Thistleim was founded by Danan's fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords, right? But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
they almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even the weird Danans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to trust us?
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zeugles for them. That seemed to do the trick.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. It turns out a hearty meal can be a powerful weapon. Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Shionne?
Of course not. Shionne's our friend. Almeidrea was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renan. But ever since getting to know Shionne, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that. Every individual is different.
I see.
Besides, the situation with Almeidrea was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when I saw her die right in front of me, a part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so confusing. I don't know how to make sense of any of it.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held all your life. It's only natural for you to feel disoriented. You didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almeidrea. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant, whether you realize it or not. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea. I'm still searching too, remember?
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, thanks, Kisara.
And now I'm
Have you
broke
guys
again.
checked your equipment lately?
This is a true masterpiece, no less than culinary art.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle? Hmm? You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
Can't go there yet. Oh, fishing spot.
I think Hoodle senses an owl around here.
It feels like I'm melting.
Calaglia was pretty hot, but at least the air there was dry. Out here, it feels like I'm trying to walk through thick soup.
I can hardly breathe, it's so stuffy. And don't get me started on the insects. You hanging in there, Hoodle?
It's brutal, all right. I can feel my energy being drained away just by walking. All this vegetation makes it hard to keep an eye out. Keep your wits about you, everyone. And watch you don't keel over while you're at it.
What's needed at times like these is a relaxing hot spring. That would soon help us adjust.
And where do you expect us to find one of those?
What about you, Alphen? All that gear, and you hardly seem to be breaking a sweat.
Yeah, I guess when you've lived a life devoid of pain for as long as I have, even feeling hot and bothered could be a welcome change.
Well, lucky you, I guess. Just don't expect us to carry you when you pass out.
Coming through!
I'm on it! Armor won't save you!
Here, let me help.
Not today!
I'll take out the leg with my shield. Leave the torch to me.
Dance in the wind!
I'll finish you here and now!
I'll stop its charge.
Thanks, Kisara!
Lightning strike! Piercing roar! Take the arrow! Going in. I'll run you through! Look shot! Big Bolero! I'm gone! Shine! Anything in Tiger Blade! Regeneration! Regenerate! All finishers here and now! Hurricane strike! Let us work together! Behold! The Earth pulse! Tectonic vision!
Was my mystic art to your liking?
There's multiple mystic arts in this game. That's a lot of them. A lot more than I thought I'd get.
Hey, what do you think about that spot?
Good idea. I'll go for that one. Yeah! Could it be? I didn't think I'd catch something this big.
Oh, yeah! You're still not done fishing yet? Boring.
You need patience to fish. Yeah! Okay, change of plans.
Do fishing later.
There it is. That's
So
our
you guys
target.
aren't watching me just spend hours fishing.
Out of my way!
Keep forgetting to change my default.
In a bind?
Lightning strike! Eat this! Piercing roar!
Are those arms even natural?
I'm on a roll now!
Reload! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Too slow!
I'm gone!
Get it! Soaring drop! Watch this! Big Bolero! Glimmer Dragon!
I'm ready! Eagle of Soul! This one's mine!
Talon Hurricane! Resonate with these? I'm ready!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
With this, I can become even stronger.
Man, this place is thick with foliage.
I know. It feels like we're going to be swallowed up by all these plants if we stay in here.
Indeed. I much prefer the forests in Menancia myself.
Not that I don't agree, but maybe now's not the best time for Elda Menancia pride.
No backing down!
Far enough!
Face and blood, rending you apart!
I'm not stopping either.
Stay ready! You gotta jump for cover, okay?
I'm gone!
Dance in the wind!
You're done! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me!
Got it! I'll crush you! Ah! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! I'm on it! You're done! Talon now! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! I'm just getting started! Talon Hurricane!
This one's mine!
Big Bolero! Ribbon! I'm just getting started!
Hurricane!
Not so fast!
Dance in the wind!
You're done! Eat this! It was nice while it lasted. First strike! This armor won't save you! Going in! Hurricane!
Their
I'm on a
arms
roll
are
now!
interrupted!
Rip and tear! I'm on a roll! This one's mine!
You made me angry! That was a bad idea.
Raging
Here,
now!
nothing gets by me.
Don't suffer in silence.
Talon
Hurricane!
I'll
be saving this one!
Eat this!
Thunder Field!
Hurricane!
I'll grind you.
I'm ready! Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
Quite necessary when creating weaponry. Let's see what you've got.
Turn up!
Bathed in blood.
Glitter Dragon! I'm on a roll now! Talon Hurricane!
Air thrust!
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as though I'm here to stop it.
Lightning down!
I'm on a roll now!
Allow me
Lightning Strike! Crumble! I'll crush you! Lightning Reflexes! Tenebrous Claw!
Shine.
Too slow!
Regeneration.
Talon! I'm on a roll now!
Thunder Field!
Hey, Bolero! Glitter Dragon! I'm on a roll now! Going in! Super Even this!
Now!
I'll stop your movement! And I'll stop your life!
There we go.
Step back! This one's all law! I'll do my best! Eat this! I can carve through iron! And this one's mine!
One
I'm on it!
cascade!
Hurricane Strike!
Sweep now.
Hurricane! Lightning Strike!
I'll be saving this
Jump
one!
in start! Begin! Glimmer Dragon!
More where that came from!
Take this! Eagle Assault! Hurricane Strike! I'm on it! I'm on it! Seismic Rupture! Turn up! Dance on the wind!
Hurricane
Almost! You're wide open! Come and get it! Bloody Hurricane! Oh! Now I'm real mad! Down! You're on! Not today! I'll run you through! Radiant Light! I'll crush you! Lightning Reflexes! Tenebrous Claw! I'm on a roll now! Lightning Strike! I'm ready! Kitara! I'll stop your movement! And I'll stop your life!
Dance in the wind!
Too slow! Come and get it!
Sleep now!
That Hurricane Strike!
Raging
Lightning Strike! That's enough! Here's the Hurricane! This one's mine!
Now!
There's always room for improvement.
No backing down! I can carve through armor! Hurricane! I'm on control!
Now or never.
Meteor!
Bathed in blood.
Rending you apart! Can't get out of this! I'm on it!
I'll be saving
Watch
this
it! The tempest engulfs you! This! That's enough! Power to it! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolition! I'm on it! Tempest! Ready to go! Eat this! Shine! Radiant Light! Boost of regeneration! Watch this! I'll run you through! Everlasting darkness! Negative Eat Rending you apart! Bloody holiday! Come and get it! Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite! Goodwill! Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang! Shine! You're wide open! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher!
Raging cascade!
Now I'm in the groove!
In here!
Talon, I'm ready! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
I'm ready for the next battle.
What's this thing?
All we have to do is get rid of that thing, right?
Alright, I need to run to the restroom real quick.
Not today!
Look sharp!
I'm on you!
Simian pest. I shall feel you where you stand. In a bind? Now I'm in the groove. Come and get it. Thankful arrow! Ripping hair! Eagle assault! Rending you apart! Everlasting darkness! Making it Armor won't save you! I'm on bloody
I'm ready for the next battle. Go no further!
I'm on it! This one's mine!
Should have messed with me! Crumble! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Shine!
Talon arcade! I'm on a roll now! That hits the spot. Eagle assault! I'm ready!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life! Too slow! River dragon! Eagle assault! So fine not too long ago. First strike!
More for the stockpile!
Talon arcade! Thankful arrow!
More for the stockpile!
Benediction light.
No further! Pieces! Attack time! Eat this! Come and get it!
Thunder field!
I'll grind you into not my slightest!
I couldn't make it in time.
I'll be saving
Eagle
this
ray!
one.
Can you take it?
Thunder!
Not today!
Gotta hold it
Heal.
together. Do or die.
You're mine!
Raging
Raining
cascade!
slash! Crush!
In here!
Eternal
More
devastation!
for the stockpile!
A scream.
More where that came from!
Rending you
Lightning
apart!
descent!
Bloody howling!
Blade!
Resonate with the earth!
Eternal devastation!
Does anyone else think this may be just a bit too tough for us?
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
Did we really just spend that much money? I've caught a good amount of fish, as it turns out.
I had no idea there were so many.
Oh, you've seen nothing yet. There's a whole world of fish just waiting for us to discover them.
Guess we've still got a long way to go. Rinwell, mind if we chat a little?
You're still awake?
I've always been something of a night owl. Ever since back when I was someone's property. Turning in for the night only made the next day come quicker. I wasn't in any great rush.
Sorry.
What about yourself? Care to share something from before I knew you? You were part of a mage clan, right? Must have been handy being able to rely on magic for everything.
Hardly. In fact, not at all. Magic's not so special when you're not allowed to use it. Always scared of who might be watching?
Right. Sorry about that. I guess I've read too many fairy tales.
We were still made to study it every day. It doesn't make any sense if you think about it, studying the very thing you're being persecuted for. But that's what we did, just like our parents and their parents before them. Honestly, I don't even know how far back it goes.
If memory serves, mages have been the stuff of legend for ages. Even as far back as 3 centuries ago, they were myths. Your people were persecuted even before the Renans got here.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the less it makes sense though. I mean, it was astral arts that let the Renans dominate Dana, right? Why didn't mages end up being the rulers of Dana then?
Maybe they tried, but they just didn't have the numbers. Or maybe domination just wasn't something they were interested in. Have you ever considered it might have been something like that?
I guess I haven't.
I wonder why magic alone attracted the attention it did. Swords can be just as lethal in the right hands. Why not ban them?
My best guess? Swordsmanship can be learned by anyone. Magic's more of an exclusive club.
So, you either have the gift or you don't. When something's not easily obtainable, it's hard to comprehend. People are scared of what they don't understand. And fear leads to persecution. So the problem's not magic. It could just as easily have been anything.
Yeah. Night, everyone! I want to go back to bed.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Eat this! I can carve through it! Talon regenerate!
Not being interrupted. I couldn't make it in time.
Dance in the wind! In here! I'll be saving this one!
Here I come! Eternal!
More where that came from! Water astral energy!
Luna Rondo!
You made me angry.
Shine!
That'd be a bad idea.
Eat dirt!
I'll be saving this one!
Regenerate!
Nothing gets by me.
Don't
Clutter in silence. Piercing roll. I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare demolisher.
Shine!
Lightning orb!
Regeneration! Regeneration!
Make it rain.
In an instant! Impact block! Now!
Water astral energy!
Can you take it?
Time.
I felt better, that's for sure.
Radiant light!
No further!
Eat this!
I've let you all down.
No! Don't leave me
From
alone
beyond,
here.
Imbue this vanquished soul with light! Resuscitation!
Ready!
Eternal devastation!
No patience! This one's mine!
Crazy cascade!
Heal! Severing wind!
Photon
This
blast!
one's
Dance in
mine.
the wind! Sleep now!
Tiger blade!
Hurricane strike!
Lightning strike!
Severing wind!
Hurricane
Lunar Rondo!
Light astral energy! Lightning possess!
They
Thunder blow!
rending you apart!
Tiger blade!
Hurricane
With the
strike!
earth!
Lunar Rondo! I'm not done! It's over!
They
Severing wind! Hold nothing back! Wind! Stardust!
Now!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! Shine! Radiant light! Boost of regeneration!
Lunar Rondo!
Regenerate!
I owe you one! Lunar Rondo!
Dance in the wind!
Piercing!
Air
Allow me to
blast!
help you.
Photon
Wind!
blast! Dance in the
Take it!
wind!
Lunar Rondo!
Air strike!
I feel sprightlier than before. I'll do my best!
Dance in the wind!
This one's mine!
Can't get out of this!
First strike! Tiger blade! Hurricane strike!
They Valen's healing stuff, but they're vicious!
Talon hurricane!
Resonate with the
In
earth!
here!
Take Bolero!
They
I'm on!
rending you apart!
Hurricane strike!
All finishing waves with the earth!
Talon hurricane!
In here!
After being interrupted!
Strike! Talon hurricane!
I can do it all day!
Hurricane strike!
Elusive deity!
Just getting started!
Rotating
Make it
tiger!
run well! Demon's descent! Flashing fang!
You're wide open!
Come and get it!
Elusive deity!
Look sharp!
Rotating pile driver!
Hurricane strike!
Now you see what I can do!
Lightning strike! Eat this!
This one's mine!
Hey, eat this! That's enough! Talon hurricane! I'm gone! Hurricane I'm well! Demon's descent! Flashing fang!
Raging cascade!
Take it!
Glimmer dragon!
I'll be saving you!
Eagle assault!
Take this!
Wind!
Come and get
More
it!
where that came
I'll
from!
end you!
Air
Take
drop!
it!
Take Bolero!
Razor
Take
blade!
it away! I'll stop your movement! And I'll stop your life! Too slow! Glimmer dragon!
Rending you apart!
Eagle
Bloody
assault!
Everyone still in one piece?
Yep. I barely worked up a sweat.
Ho ho ho!
Coming through!
I'm on it! Anything in armor is all... Watch it! First strike!
Benediction light!
Talon hurricane! I'm gone! I can carve through armor! First strike! Coming!
Now you've gone and ticked me off!
Now I'm in the groove!
Going in!
We're done! I'm on it! Talon hurricane! Thank Bolero! I'm just getting started! Glimmer dragon! Eat this! I'll end you! Talon hurricane!
Rending you apart!
I'm gone!
Resonate with the earth!
That's enough!
It's time!
Talon hurricane!
I'm ready!
Out it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Faster!
Shine! Radiant
I'm on
light!
Sleep now.
Regeneration!
Not today!
Regenerate!
Tiger blade! Hurricane strike! Lightning
Don't
strike!
suffer in
Hurricane! Lunar Take Bolero! Lightning flare!
In an instant! Impact Cross!
My exploits are bearing fruit.
Ho ho ho! Ho ho ho!
You're saying we should check the owl forest?
Is that the Zoogle we're looking for?
Can't get out of this! On guard!
Raging cascade!
On guard! Super swallow down! Talon hurricane! Hurricane! Eagle assault! Lightning strike!
I'm ready!
Kisara!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Dance in the wind!
You're wide open! I'm on it!
Sleep now!
No further! Talon hurricane!
Piercing roar!
Elusive deity! Leave coming!
Now, Dohalim!
All yours, Kisara!
I've been doing really great lately.
What's up?
Once we get to the mountain, the terrain won't be easy. We should rest up here before pressing on.
But what about Shionne? She's waiting for us.
All the more reason to conserve our energy.
Huh?
It's not only the mountain. Hard though that may be, it's a pittance compared to what follows. Namely Volron. We wear ourselves out now, or worse still, get injured. We might as well show up gift-wrapped. Right, Kisara?
That's right. Besides, Alphen still hasn't fully recuperated yet.
I'm fine. Don't stop on my account.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, it's me who wants to take a rest for a while. Does that suit you better?
A little bit.
So, Alphen, 300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long and healthy life?
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegis, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia. Everything in between is a blank.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution, until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship for 300 years? But why? What would be the point?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renin like you say she is, she would have understood how to operate the starship better than yourself.
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me, I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all. Shionne and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Shionne is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you. Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you 1,000,000 times already, I wouldn't know.
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failures. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep, right?
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select few strong ones, so deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams. It's not completely out of the question.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know, but the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like that we're finally getting somewhere with all this.
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings has never been my strong suit.
So he finally admits it.
I really hope Shionne's okay.
I get why you're concerned, but if...
This flavor, why it rivals the cooking of my own chefs in the palace.
Alone. I'm all alone.
Let's go. We don't want to keep Shionne waiting.
I always hear you muttering to yourself whenever we're in battle. So, just what are you saying?
Why do you want to know? Does it bother you or something?
Not really. It's just the way you talk is sometimes kind of creepy. So I was wondering if you vent your frustration through your magic. Are you yelling, "You stupid jerk," or something like that to pump yourself up?
What? No, that's not what's happening during my incantations. I'm just focused, so I match my tone to fit the mood of whatever I'm trying to invoke.
Invoke?
How do I put it? Basically, the elemental astral energy behind each art, I guess.
Astral energy? Hold on, are you saying you can talk to astral energy?
Not exactly. But if I put emotion into what I say, it's easier for me to properly cast my arts. That makes sense?
Kind of. Okay, so if you can talk to astral energy, then you can ask it to, like, predict the weather or find secret treasure?
Wait, you don't really think that, do you?
Or you can ask it to send down lightning to where there's bad guys lurking and...
May lightning condemn those who bear false! Thunderblade!
Ah, what are you doing? You almost fried me with that!
I just asked the astral energy to send down lightning where there were annoying boys.
I don't know what to do. Things can't go on like this.
What do you mean?
Ah! Oh, it's you, Rinwell.
You were talking about me, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. I've just been thinking about some things.
Really? How unusual.
Cut it out. I'm being serious here.
Sorry.
I was thinking about... You know how I used to work for Ganabelt back when I was in Cyslodia?
Yeah, of course. You were brought in after the Snake Eyes killed your friends, right? I mean, you had to.
Right. I used to have nightmares about it when I fell asleep. But lately that's been happening a lot less. I don't know how to feel about that.
That's a good thing, isn't it? You should be happy.
Yeah, but... I did a lot of terrible things back then. And I'm scared I'm starting to forget what I did.
Okay, so let me just get all of this straight. You think you'll forget everything if you stop having those nightmares? Why?
Because... You know me. I'm freaking stupid.
But it sure doesn't sound to me like you've forgotten.
Oh, yeah. But still.
I don't think those nightmares going away means you've forgotten. Maybe it's a sign that you've come to terms with what you did.
Come to terms? You mean like Alphen with his past? You think that's what's happening?
Yeah, I do. You're pretty amazing, Law.
I am?
Yeah. Not all of us have figured out how to accept our pasts. Least of all, me.
Rinwell.
what we're going to climb?
The villagers managed it on their escape from the city. We're going in the opposite direction, but where there's a will.
There's always a way, right? And it looks like we're out of options. Let's grit our teeth and go. Is it just me, or does Rinwell suddenly seem much more comfortable around Dohalim than she used to?
I noticed that too. When the two of them came and found me together back on the beach, I could hardly believe my eyes.
It's not like we had a choice or anything. Law and Kisara had to hang back to convince the villagers we meant them no harm. More than that, though. There are a lot of things I've still got to come to terms with regarding Almadria. But I guess I'm through making snap judgments based on someone's origin. At least, I'm trying to be. I guess you could say it's a work in progress.
I see. You hear that, Law? Sounds like all that hard effort wasn't for nothing.
Yeah.
That's got to be reassuring to hear, right, Dohalim?
Not being subjected to unwarranted suspicion is certainly welcome.
Yeah, that long-winded way you have of talking, though? Not so much a fan of that.
I think that's more of a personality thing than a Renin trait.
Really? In that case, I won't have to feel guilty getting annoyed by it. Little help!
Eat this! That's enough! Crumble! Look sharp! Not today! Catapult! Look sharp!
It's a duel of the arts!
First strike! That's enough! Talon Hurricane!
It was not
The enemy wields arc too.
You'll soon see about that! Get on it!
Looks like you carved through one! First strike! Come and get it!
How about this? Come on, I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher!
Shine! Radiant light! That's enough!
Go in there with the others!
Alright! Take Bolero!
Far enough!
I'm on it!
The tide of battle has turned in our favor.
And let's keep pressing the attack!
Indeed, but remain ever vigilant.
I'm just getting started!
Hold on to your heart!
Eat this! Talon Hurricane! Take Bolero! Glimmer to it!
Dance in the wind!
Eagle Assault! Rending Lightning Strike! Take Bolero! I'm ready! Rinwell! Demons Descent! Flashing Fang!
Opted for an intricately crafted weapon as usual.
It is beautiful in both function and form.
You're gonna hate when it gets scratched.
Crap. This injury hurts more than I thought. Shionne, sorry, but could you... Oh. Right.
Coming through! First strike! Hurricane Flight! Talon Hurricane! Tempest! Take Bolero! Elusive Deity! All being Hurricane! Elusive Deity! Too slow! That's enough! Not today! Lightning Strike! Now I'm in the groove!
Blood.
Rending you up! Bloody can't get out of this! Lightning Strike! Eat this! Come and get it! Take Bolero! I'm ready! Don't leave! Take! Blow them away! How's that? Eat this!
Acceptable.
Rip it! I'll take you! The Tempest engulfs you! I'm ready! Don't leave! Take! Blow them away! You're wide open! Come and get it! Glimmer Regeneration! Regenerate! Eagle Assault! Alright! Talon Hurricane!
Thank you for that.
I'm don't leave! Take! Blow them away!
I think I'm getting stronger.
through one. All finished.
You made me
no
angry.
complaints here.
That was a bad idea.
That's enough.
Hurricane foot!
Take this.
Lightning, make it rain!
Hey, ha, blow them away. How's that? Eat this.
Acceptable.
This one's mine.
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare Demolisher!
Make it rain!
Look sharp. Lightning Tiger Blade. You're
Make it rain!
Kisara, frozen!
Hammer.
Lightning condense!
I'll run you through. Negative gate.
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
What is that? Oh. Cool.
It'll be a
on to your
breeze. Get in, get out.
Lightning strike! Not on my watch!
I'll smash you.
Is it high? Dispatch it out again!
I'm on it. Lightning strike. Talon Hurricane. Dating pile time. Astro Art.
That's my cue!
Shut him down. These fists have got your name on them. I'll crush you. Lightning reflexes. Tenebrous claw. Begin. You're mine. Eat this. Tiger Blade. Demon's Descent. Flashing Fang. Easy.
Way to go!
Here and now.
Make it rain!
All yours, Kisara.
Back to it. Not today.
I'm gone!
Green.
Rending you bloody I can carve through. I'm on a roll now. Come and get it.
This one's mine!
I'm ready. Hey, blow them away. I'm even stronger than before.
A lot of silver chunks.
Let's see what you've got.
I'm on it. Take this. Hurricane. Shattering the pieces. Attack. Look sharp. Super swallow dance. Hurricane. Hitting pile driver. Tornado drive. Talon. I'm ready. Hey, blow them away. How's that? Eat this.
Acceptable.
Now you see what I can do. Deity. I'm on it. Super swallow dance. Talon Hurricane. Deity. Thankful.
Everlasting dark.
I'm on it.
Negative gate.
Talon Hurricane.
I'm ready. All yours, Kisara.
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
We seem to have come across some... Stay calm. I shall provide assistance. Can't get out of this!
Sleep now, this one's mine!
You take
your
this!
dreams!
First strike! I can carve through armor! I'm on it! Come and get it! I'm just getting elusive deity! Hitting
In here!
Make it rain! Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang! Easy!
Way to go!
It's
showtime!
Rending you apart! Piercing roar! Bloody howling! Resonate with the earth! Take Bolero! Rip and tear! Eagle assault!
I can do this all day! Go, Helene!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
in armor is all mine! Glimmer Dragon! Resonate with the earth!
Lightning Orb! Eagle Assault! Raging Cascade!
Now you see what I can do! Rending you apart!
Right!
Talon Hurricane! Everlasting
Glimmer
Dragon! Negative gate! I'm on it! Talon Hurricane! Glimmer Dragon! Alright, let me out!
Supernova!
Eagle Assault!
Alright,
I'll end you!
it's showtime!
Eat this! I'm gone!
Please now!
We may get out of this alive after all.
Yeah, this will be bad for a minute there.
I'm pretty sure we can handle anything.
I'll crush you! Ah! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
Huh, I don't think we've run into a minute at all yet this game.
I've never stood so close to a waterfall like this before.
I bet it'd feel real refreshing to take a shower underneath this water. Oh man, I hope I live long enough. Regret this. Take this!
I'm on it! Come and get it!
This one's mine.
This'll come in
Face
handy.
Arrow! They smite with black and eat this! No armor can stop me!
Remind me to stay on your good side.
And then take it! Take this! Glimmer Dragon!
Going in!
Eat this! Come and get it!
Let's shot!
Catapult! Now I'm in the groove!
Lightning
I'm
strike!
ready!
Kikara, I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life! And done!
Let's keep up the pace. Here, I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare Demolition!
Now you see what I can do!
Dance in the wind!
I'm on it! That's enough! Hurricane! Bloody Hurricane! Lightning strike!
In here!
Hurricane! Rip it off! I'll finish you here
Make it
now!
right, Kikara! I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
Good to know my training is paying off. I'll do my best.
Eat this! In a vine? I'll run you through! Freaking dozen! Eat this! On the wind!
Don't worry, I've got plenty.
With the might with blackened blade!
Here comes!
I'll finish you here now! That's enough! Talon Hurricane!
It's already too strong.
Then I'll split it open!
Be my guest.
I'm on! Talon Hurricane!
Kikara, I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life! And done!
Let's keep up the pace.
This one's mine! Come and get it! Yeah, appreciate the concern.
The sooner you stop thanking, the sooner you can start helping.
I mean, yes, sir. Anything in armor is all mine!
Make it rain. Don't leave.
Hey! Blow them away!
Raging
You're
Cascade!
wide open! Goodwill! Demons descend! Flashing fang!
Could have been worse.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out. You can't get out of this! Hurricane! Talon Hurricane! Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite! Talon Hurricane! Lightning Eat this! Everlasting Swallow Dance! Negative get being interrupted. Rip it! Soaring blow now! Eagle Ray! I'm ready! Demons descend! Flashing fang!
Easy! Way to go!
Make it rain!
Frozen!
Hammer! You're wide open! Come and get it! Talon Hurricane! Talon Dragon! Eat this! Talon Hurricane!
Make it rain. Kikara, I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
Looks like we won.
No backing. Yeah. Now you see what I can do. Going in. On it. Hurricane. The everlasting jump. I just get it. Hurricane strike. Eagle assault. Right here. I got it. Does it. Shattering the pieces. Attack.
I'm ready.
Light burst force.
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around.
Come and get it. Come on, roll now. I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! I'll face it. I'm ready! Ridwell! Demon's descent! Flashing fang! Too slow! I'm gone! I'm on block! That's enough! I'll finish you here and now! Rending you apart! Bloody howling! I'm on it! Come and get it! Darkness!
So I still had room to grow.
The design... This equipment is really interesting.
You must really like it, Alphen. Looks like some solid equipment. How much farther?
I don't think we're even halfway there yet. Hang in there.
Not even
This will be a delicious piece of cake!
I can carve through armor! Hurricane strike!
My astral not in your dreams!
Lunar heart strike! Hurricane strike! In a bind!
Lightning orb!
I'm on it.
Banana, let's go!
Survive this! Eagle assault! What a why thank you, your lordship!
And will you lay down your life?
Frozen!
Hammer!
Nicely done!
All thanks to you.
Now, in the groove! Lightning strike! I'm on it! Talon hurricane! Now, in the groove! Eagle assault! This one's mine! Resonate with the earth!
Right here!
Hurricane! I'm ready!
Frozen!
Hammer! You're wide open! That's enough!
Now! Frozen!
Hammer! You're wide open! Hurricane blast!
Supernova!
This one's mine! Eagle assault! That's enough! Hurricane I'm ready! Don't leave! Say! Blow them away!
With this, I can become even stronger.
I don't think she has any white cards.
Have you got... Guys checked your equipment lately?
What is this place?
Careful. We've got company.
Another dragon?
Doesn't
I
look like
can't
we're
tell what
getting
that is.
past without a fight.
Watch your feet. Fall from here and it's curtains.
We're just trying to get past. Get out of our way!
Save your breath while that thing seizes a talking meal.
Then let's show it how wrong it is! Is it trying to stop us?
Tectonic punch! Crumble! Hit a word! Crumble! That freaking does not my fight!
I couldn't make it in time. It's showtime! Changing up the plan.
From beyond, imbue
Dance in
this...
the wind! Air!
Beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with life!
Dance in the wind!
Charge like that could
here.
easily be faced.
Just as well, I'm here to start.
Crumble!
On guard.
It's showtime!
Roll now! Force of regeneration! Regenerate!
Lightning strike! Thunder field!
Tectonic punch!
Lost! You alright?
Yeah, we'll be okay. No further!
Lightning
Tectonic punch!
More for the
Crumble!
side!
Almost!
going in.
Benediction
Magic is Sam!
Heal!
Why, thank you, your lordship.
And will you lay down your life for your
Now you see well, I mean, hey, let's not be hasty.
Piercing roar!
Heal!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Its wings are lighting up!
It's getting ready to attack!
All good things come to an end.
Regenerate!
Such tremendous power.
Don't face it head on.
What would I do without you? Maybe show Kisara a little kindness, huh?
She is strong.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Thunder field!
Piercing roar!
I'll let you all down.
Here we go again! Imbue this vanquished Tectonic punch! Jump on a roll now!
Still got the fight left in me.
Piercing roar!
Sleep now.
I really owe you one. Yeah, I appreciate the concern.
The sooner you stop thanking, the sooner you can start helping.
Can't get out of
I mean,
this!
yes, sir.
It's go time! Dust to dust!
Shining supernova! Dance in the wind!
Tectonic
Air
punch!
thrust!
Crumble!
Light after lightning!
Tectonic punch!
Let me
Great
free
call.
you.
I'm ready!
Hurricane! I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
Lightning to death!
First strike!
Thunder
Heal!
field!
Thank you for that.
Tectonic punch!
Well,
That frickin' does it!
so now you're getting serious?
Dance in the wind!
Radiant
Air
light!
thrust!
Force of regeneration! Regenerate!
Take Bolero! Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Take Bolero! It's on! Heal!
Dance in the wind! Here goes!
Not today!
Hurricane flight!
First strike!
This one's
Now
now.
I'm in the groove.
All right,
Radiant
it's
light!
showtime!
Force of regeneration! Crumble!
Hurricane flight!
Dust! Tectonic
Much
punch!
obliged.
Supernova! Dance in the wind!
Come on, roll now!
Tell me about
Dust! Regenerate!
Dance in the wind!
What a relief.
Air thrust! Light after lightning!
Elucidate!
This one's mine.
In a bind?
I'll finish you here and now!
How do you like being pounded into shape?
Raging cascade!
Right up the dark.
Loaded! Sleep now! More for the stop!
Dust to dust!
Now you see what I can do.
I don't have much left. I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare Demolisher!
Dance in the wind!
I'll let you all down.
Not done yet!
Raging cascade!
Forgive me. I've let you all down.
Here goes!
Out of the woods,
Lightning orb! Raging cascade!
It's in your hands now.
one's mine! Eat this!
Go in!
Dust to dust!
That's better.
I'm just getting
Hurricane
started!
Foot!
Dust to dust!
Going in!
Tectonic punch! I'll finish you here and now!
Hurricane Foot!
Dust to dust! Not my finest!
That's gonna smart. Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Raging cascade!
Elusive deity!
Sleep now,
Eat
little
away!
one mine! Here goes!
Lunar arc!
You require a hand.
Sorry.
Come on! You have
Can
to
you
hold
take
on.
it? Forgive me.
Just trying to get past. Get out of our way!
Save your breath! All that thing sees is a talking meal!
Then let's show it how wrong it is! Is it trying to stop us?
Elusive deity!
The flashing part's their weak point.
Tectonic punch!
Air thrust!
Piss on!
Photon blast!
I'll stop its charge!
Smite with
Thanks,
gravity.
Kisara!
Tectonic
Lightning strike!
I'm on a roll now!
Not today!
Resonate with the earth! I'm on a roll now!
My head's spinning just watching you!
Light ass
In a bind,
Crescent moon!
crumble! I can carve through armor! Crumble!
Look sharp!
I may be less pleasant than usual.
Wait, when have you ever been pleasant?
Not since meeting you.
I should have kept my mouth shut.
Come on!
Tectonic arms!
Hurricane strike!
Crumble!
This one's mine!
Tectonic punch! Crumble!
Look sharp!
Dust to dust!
This has a most peculiar taste.
Far enough!
Crossblade!
This one's all mine!
Its wings are lighting up!
It's getting ready to attack!
Their arts were interrupted!
Such tremendous power.
Don't face it head on!
Thank you, Dohoney.
I only did what any other would.
I think you're nicer than you let on.
Anything in armor is left! I've let you all down.
Forgive me.
In here!
I'm on it!
Let's get you all
Being
out of the way.
interrupted.
Much obliged.
Photon blast!
Not today!
These ways of
Tell me about it later.
Regenerate! That's
I'll be
ready
ready
and
for
rare!
this one.
I'm on a roll now!
What
a relief.
Negative jet! One at a time! Air thrust!
Shine! Radiant light! Force of
This one's
regeneration! In a
mine.
bind, all good things come to an
Tiger
end!
blade!
I'll
Hurricane
run you
strike!
through! Armor won't
strike!
save you!
Lightning strike!
Eat this!
benediction light.
Heal! This one's all mine!
God!
Hurricane Foot! I'm just getting started!
Lightning strike!
Benediction light.
Dad,
I
make it in time. From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with
Almost! Too slow!
resuscitation. I'm just getting time to feel some hurt. Force of regeneration.
Glimmer Dragon!
I'm on it. Luna Arc! Talon Hurricane!
Hurricane Raging Cascade!
Take
Bolero!
Rip and tear!
Dance in the
I'm on
wind!
it. Radiant Shock! Force of regeneration! Regenerate!
Talon Hurricane! Let's go!
Maybe
No
show Kisara a little kindness, huh?
She is strong.
Now,
Rip and tear!
you...
Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang! First strike! Rush up!
Hurricane Strike!
Crumble!
Lightning Dash!
Dust to dust! Tectonic Attack! Crumble!
Thrilling
I
performance.
can carve through armor!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind!
All good
Air
things
thrust!
come to an end. Light! Force of regeneration! Regenerate!
Dance in the wind!
Denied!
Seal!
I owe you one for that!
Let's get you up! Hurricane
Not
Strike!
today! Eat this! It's time!
Dance in the wind!
Not my finest! I hope this thing is medically approved! Yeah, appreciate the concern.
The sooner you stop thanking, the sooner you can start helping.
I mean, yes, sir. I'm on a roll now!
This has a most peculiar taste.
Confiscated! Dance in
Regenerate!
the wind! Air thrust! Photon blast!
I'm on
Hurricane strike!
Sloppy!
Seal!
From
I'll
beyond,
be saving you!
imbued with dust! Tectonic punch!
Lightning
Imbued
arc!
with dust!
What's this?
Resuscitation!
Sleep focus!
Train target out of fit! Not my
Raging
finest!
cascade!
No! That's much
Don't
better.
leave me all alone.
Dance in the wind!
Not today!
Lightning
Let you
strike!
all
Sleep
down.
now.
God damn it.
Alright!
For the south
Dust
side.
to dust! Crumble!
Raging cascade!
I'm just getting started!
Hurricane strike! Air thrust! I can't hold on much longer!
I like my guard down! Eat this!
Ah,
Crumble! Dust to dust! I'm just getting started! Not my finest.
alright. Feeling a little tired tonight. I think I'm gonna call it here and finish this guy off tomorrow.
I